time. And he is going to attempt a 57-yard field goal here.
Okay.
I'd say in the 743 games that Legend played online, he probably knows his kicker's distance.
Right, I got to see the wind here. It's 7 miles per hour, right to left. And a little bit back in his face here. He does kick it 100% perfect. You guys can't see it on your screen, but it's the top of the meter. And it's off the crossbar. Maximum range, maximum kick, and just that little bit of wind coming back at him. I'm talking about the aerial was just a little bit back into his face, not by much, but that was enough to have him come up a yard short.
So maybe even with that same wind or no wind, we figure he's good from 56-ish.
Yeah.
55 maybe.
But that was all he had. That was top of the meter. Top of the meter, perfect.
Already up 2 possessions. Tekker's going to look to make this 3. Legend made some late adjustments to a DB out there. It comes through anyway. Don't think he had his outside right corner where he wanted him. Luckily, that blitz comes in, and it doesn't matter about the placement in the secondary.
So 2nd and 19 from the 29.
It's got some scissor routes going in that bunch here.
Vick. Steps, throws, and Cooper can't hang on.
Good job of knocking that ball loose. Instead of going for the hit stick, he goes for the strip, and Sean Taylor rips that out of the arms of Cooper. Pressure from the right, throws a motioned wheel route. Last time when he motioned him, he had him on the inside post. This time when he motions him, he has him on the wheel routes. Good job of mixing it up there.
Yeah, here it is again on 3rd and 19 to make it a 4th and 3. And here's the bunch that's going to be flipped. Cooper solo to the right. Johnson, Moss, and Sharp in the bunch.
Dual spies on the field there.
B is all the way open. Great find, great look. And that's a basic route. I mean, that's not a lot of adjustments there. That's up to the line.
Yeah, just a simple in route there. Gets behind the spies, but stays in front of the 3-rec hook that he had behind there.
I didn't see the user out there, but there was a whole lot of coverage to the right side of the field, opening up the left side of that defense and the tender spaces, as Farrells and Gibbs likes to say. Fournette, a little nice job avoiding the tackle for a moment, falling backwards for yards. In the right direction, but falling backwards for 5.
Only the 2nd rush of the game for Tekkers. He only averaged just a little under 40 rushing yards per game in his bracket play and his ladder play. More of a pass-heavy type player. Looks like he's got about a 65-35 split when it comes to his play calling.
Vick. Throwing. Nearly picked off.
Just didn't get that foot down. He was very close. I think he was maybe a toe away from getting that interception.
Well, it almost looked like he was dragging those 2 feet trying to stay in bounds. Legend knew that was the play he needed to flip this script, so to speak. Because right now it's all Tekkers.
That could have been a big momentum swing there. Now, does that count as a dropped pick? So is this a touchdown? Like Tekkers has got to go up top?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might be the move. It's certainly deep downfield into the red zone at the 14-yard line. He's 11 of 15 for 185 yards. Moss is over the century mark, by the way, on 4 receptions.
He's also doing a great job of running the clock here. Almost half of the 3rd quarter is gone already on the single drive by Tekkers here.
Hey, you go up 3 scores here. Feeling pretty good. Vick. Right now, Legend needs to hold him to a field goal. Looking on 1st down. And he'll throw it away.
Legend recognized he was given too much time there, so he sent whatever zone he had from the middle of the field, which caused Vick to roll out and finally get rid of that ball.
Hopefully a lot of his mates back home in the UK tuning in, trying to see what the first European in our competition over here in America can do. And Fournette gets to the 6-yard line. Obviously play a lot of FIFA, call a lot of FIFA, so got a lot of respect. I wake up early on Saturdays and Sundays to catch my other favorite football across the pond.
I'm a big Juventud Guerrera fan. Love watching them.
So 3rd and 2 from the 6-yard line. I'm pretty sure you just named a WWE tag team, but
it was a singles wrestling.
I don't want to check your math here at this point. It's going to be a 4th down here, and so that's the play Legend needed to hold him to 3, keep it a 2-score game. We mentioned the amount of clock that has been churned up here. This is not a perfect kick. Legend is lined up on the outside guy on the left side of your screen. Boy, would that make things interesting if he can come screaming. Not going to get in there. The chip field goal is up and good, and it's back to a 14-point lead.
Legend needs a touchdown here. Teckers has showed us a couple times now that he can control the clock without having to run the ball whatsoever. Legend's going to need to put a touchdown on the board on this drive.
This will get to the 25-yard line. Little spin move. And he'll start at the 35. And I say this way too much, but you need a touchdown right here.
I feel it has to be. Another field goal, still an 11-point game. Not a ton of time. Teckers just took off 3.5 minutes with what seemed like ease moving down the field.
Nuke solo to the right. First time we've seen Jared Goff in a while. And he's dancing around a fallen defender, and he'll just throw it away. That tells me you got nobody underneath. And at some point, you got a playmaker, somebody open. If you don't have that playmaking, and I'm not even talking about the chemistry. If you don't have the playmaking ability and skill set into your game, you're not going to go very far. That's a staple of competitive football. If somebody leaves you so far open, eventually those wide receivers are going to get open.
Good drag route there, just a simple one.
3rd and 1. Amos did a good job to sort of wrestle him to the ground there. That's wrestling is what that is.
Looks like he's got T.O. one-on-one out there. Let's see, can he win the hand fight battle and get past him?
And it's going to be a hit. It's going to be a fumble. Recovered by one of the big fellas, and that'll at least give him a chance at the 4th down, but that's a loss of 12.
Oh, wow. Just didn't get his hands on it. Just let the speed rush get right past him. Luckily, he jumps on the football to cover up his own mistake.
But there's nothing worse for a left tackle. You give up the sack and fumble, and then you got to recover it. And this is 4th in the game. Might be too early to call this, but that's what it feels like to me. I mean, you're talking about we're coming up on 5 minutes remaining. We got 20 seconds left in the quarter. You need it, Legend. Want to live up to your name? No, sir.
Vic Beasley that time off the edge. But the left tackle has gotten beat on 2 consecutive plays, and it's cost Legend a turnover on downs here. That time he left the running back in. The running back gets a hold of Vic Beasley, but he's not going to be able to stay in front of that man for too long.
There's Vic Beasley Jr. from the greatest university ever invented in the entire world.
I don't remember his eligibility at the University of Florida.
This is where I insert comments of laptops, but I'll just keep rocking along. Here it's the start of the 4th quarter. Atlanta Falcons and the Houston Texans have so many Clemson Tigers on their roster. 2nd and 3. Teckers with a touchdown here can pretty much seal this thing. Even a field goal. I mean, you need a turnover. You need a hit stick right here. And that'll be a 1st down at the 19.
Only a 6th rush, but he's timed them well. Even though he's not running the ball very much, he's doing it enough to where Legend just can't sell out and just send nothing but speed rushes from the outside.
Of course, I'm sure Goes is somewhere in the building watching. See, he's going to play. Will it be Teckers? Boy, he's looked good. And we got a neutral zone infraction. That's going to move it up. He's going to decline that. All right. There's some sportsmanship. It's one thing if your user gets into the neutral zone. It's another thing if, all right, if it's just a misalignment.
What I like there is he manually ran through the gap and then clicked off to be able to make the tackle. So you see him get through the gap, click off, and then let the computer make the tackle and finish it off. That's, for the last 2 years, probably been one of the most effective run defenses. You attack the gap and let the computer clean it up. You end up clicking onto a player on the outside, and you make sure you force him to stay in the lane.
So 2nd and 13 now. Clock is moving. 4:08 to go in this ball game. Teckers trying to hold on and face Goes. Fournette. 14-point ball game. There he is. Got his brother in the building with him. There they are. Coming all the way over from New Jersey. Represent the squad. Trying to do it in back-to-back years. It looks right now he's going to be facing Teckers, who's made the way all the way over from the United Kingdom. And there's the second timeout for Legend. It's going to be 4th and 12, and here comes the field goal. It's he's not even a block field goal situation. It's up, and it's good. Why don't you go for the block there, Grocer?
That's a great question. It's about the only answer I have for it. I don't even. He wasn't even. He was in like a 4-3 there. It's almost like he didn't even try.
Yeah, I think he's feeling not only pretty deflated just from a physical standpoint, fighting through some sickness, flu-like symptoms. I mentioned before, Walter Payton had his biggest rushing game ever with 103 temperature. Jordan, you know what he did in the flu game. Not to be for Legend. Needs a miracle right now. That'll be a first down as Nuke still on his feet to the 46.
2 different players tried to get a fumble there. Neither one of them were successful. DeAndre wins 3 battles there. The battle off the line of scrimmage, and then both players trying to take his football away.
So mark it at the 46, 1st and 10. Still time on the clock, but he needs 3 scores. And it's going to be picked off by Amos off the tip. And he'll head up the left sideline and step out of bounds at the 47-yard line. GG's in the chat.
Time of possession for this half has just been all dominated by Teckers. Turnover there. That's going to be the 3rd turnover for Legend this game. Teckers has already had the ball for an excess of 5 minutes this half, and he's looking to hold on to it for the last 3 as well.
We might have history in the making here. As RG flies in another note saying this would be the first win ever by an international player versus an American player in competitive history. And he's talking about we're going all the way back, just not in the MCS era. So this is the first, but I promise you it won't be the last.
That's right. That's including back in the Madden Challenge days when they had a winner from Germany, Mexico, Canada, and the UK, I believe, were the 4 territories, we'll say, that were represented there. I do remember when they all had a challenge winner, and yes, they were all defeated in the first round.
If the Madden bus was a double-decker, you probably would have saw many more English players back in the day. But we're glad to have Teckers here. He's put up 20 points, up by 17. And I can't say it's not milk and cookies time. It's milk and biscuits time.
My favorite double-decker, probably a moon pie, if we're going double-deckers. Maybe oatmeal cream pie.
Trying to think what I'd like to stack up. Maybe some chicken and some waffles. Little red velvet waffles. A little chicken in it. Maybe it's sriracha. Get a little vanilla maple syrup over the top.
You're fancy.
I am fancy. I'm glad you finally noticed this. Hands it off to Fournette. Got a lot of room, but can't get away from Lawrence Taylor.
No timeouts for Legends. That should be able to take us to the 2-minute warning. Teckers is going to be able to run this ball out as long as he gets one more first down.
Telling me RG today has been, he might be the new Donnie Moore. He's been full Adam Schefter this whole time. Of course, he's here scouting to get ready for the club championship. That's coming up next week, January 30th, so that's not too far away. Got to get ready to see these 32 guys, and boy, Teckers is going to have his hand full in this next game. I'm not saying that, I'm not just besmirching anything Legend has done here. But the passing game and the offensive goes is going to be a different book. What a spin move there by Leonard Fournette. A little early on the truck, but I'll pick up the first down. 12 carries for 34 yards. That was his biggest one.
Just gets into open space. Almost ran right through that man. Going to snap this ball with a little less than a minute and a half left. It's the best formation in football for Teckers right now.
It's the only time it's good to bend the knee. And he's going to soak in every moment of this.
Guess that gives us time to let Teckers know he appreciates everybody back at home watching him, his girlfriend, his entire family out there. He did let us know that this first win, and he did say his first win was going to be for you guys.
Oh, Teckers has a fit bird back home, huh?
Probably.
My name's Becky. I don't have a name. I don't have it in my notes here. But I have a buddy, good friends from Britain, and when he talks about his lady, he says she's a real fit bird. That's a good thing. Time's going to run down. We got to get you out of the country, man. You've been to like 2 states in your whole life. Your home state and Nevada.
2 of the greatest places in the world, I believe is what you're saying.
Sure, buddy. Yeah, there you go.
We're not counting the District of Columbia as well. I've attended a couple home games.
Yeah, I like that.
Little Landover, Maryland.
I'll give you some credit there. And Teckers will be playing in his first Madden Club Championship, and it's going to be versus Goes in the final, and that's a tall task. He's got a moment here to get himself a little H2O, stretch the legs while they reset the stage and get ready for a big final here in the Redskins. Tip of the cap to Legend, and I mean that in many different perspectives. Getting here to be top 128 in the world of Madden, and I guess we can say world now, not feeling well. I mean, for 90% of folks out there, they'd be like, yo, pieces, man. Like, I'm not feeling up to this today. I apologize. But he battled through it. He showed up for the love of the game. So a tip of the cap to him. But Teckers was dominant in this one, 20-3.
Yeah, there just wasn't much that Teckers ever got tested with there. His defense was in control the entire game. He was able to pass the ball without any kind of pressure on him. He didn't ever get out of his element that game, it didn't seem like.
No, he did a lot of different ways. Let's take a look at it. If you don't believe me, it's a 3-score win for the man from the United Kingdom, and he was absolutely brilliant.
That right there was going to be really just the beginning of the end for Legend. That was the best drive he had put together the entire game, and it was the first drive of the game for him. Got a pick there that eventually led to points because of the field position, but he just wasn't ever to put together an entire drive. He had a couple plays in a row. He looked really good, and he almost seemed mentally fatigued out there.
You see Sharp throwing a spanner in the works there. That punched in for the first touchdown, and then Michael Vick looking downfield, and somehow Randy Moss gets behind the coverage. That was a huge touchdown. You could see the emotion as he was like, yeah, I got this. Once you go up by 2 scores, man, it's an unbelievable feeling in Madden football.
I haven't had that feeling in quite a few years, but I have seen it by all these competitors today. Congratulations to both Legend and Teckers, and we get what everyone wanted to see. We get Teckers versus Goes.
Yeah, that's the way we thought it might go in this thing, especially with Legend feeling a little bit under the weather. When we come back, it's the final, guys. It's going to be Goes. It is going to be Teckers. Could we have our first European champion? Find out next.
It's time to go Toyota. With the strongest lineup of Toyota trucks ever. Go Tacoma right now with 1,000 cash back. The leader in versatility and built for off-road adventure. Go with Tundra and get $1,500 cash back. Or go with a rugged 4Runner with $1,000 cash back. And if you want to kick it up a notch, check out the TRD Pro Series. Go reliable, go Toyota, and let's go places.
Fires Chris Thompson, left side 5 to the pylon. Touchdown! Planted by Deron Payne, first round pick out of Alabama.
Fires, end zone, touchdown! Vernon Davis!
Prescott is gonna get hit. Ball pops out. Redskins touchdown! Preston Smith picks it up in the end zone. What a play by the Redskins defense. Hits the upright. No good. Redskins win. Redskins win. 2017.
Washington wins it.
Ioannidis again. Second sack in the game for Matt Ioannidis. Hand off to Adrian Peterson through a hole. Up the sideline, 45-40. Touchdown! Adrian Peterson all the way. Fires left. It's intercepted. Big play by the cerebral assassin. Electrifying. AP 90 yards for a touchdown.
A moment of joy, a source of inspiration, an act of kindness, an old friend, a new beginning, some welcome relief, or a cause for celebration. What's inside? Possibilities. What we deliver by delivering.
And welcome back to Las Vegas, Nevada. We're here at the Millennial Esports Arena for the 2019 Washington Redskins Club Championship. We've got down to the finals. The winner of this will move on to San Francisco next week and be competing for a prize pool of over $700,000. Our first competitor coming up is last year's returning champion and the overall winner of the 2018 Club Championship. He goes by the name of Goes. Good luck. And trying to dethrone last year's champ is a player who's traveled here from further than anyone ever has. Techers from all the way over in London. All right, well, these two players are ready to go and ready to lock in, and I'm ready to hear the sweet, soulful voices of the two best guys in the business. Scott, Big Grocery, take us on home.
All right, Rico, no, this is not a London derby. This is a cross-the-pond battle here between two very, very good Madden players. That would be an understatement, and even with talking to Goes, he's a tad bit nervous about facing this kid from London.
Definitely. He understands how much defense Techers can play. Stayed in the top 15 the entire time he was on the ladder. Number 14 in defense, finished 7th on the ladder. He played over 400 games and kept an 80% win percentage. He's got style. He's got skill.
All right, they're not kids. These guys are 21 years old. So in Madden terms, they might as well be 40. As you can see, Goes with a big win over Skins. It was easy does it, and really for both of these guys. We didn't see any blowouts, but they were comfortable wins for both Goes and Techers, and now they're just one game away. 20 minutes of Madden football, or perhaps punching their ticket to San Francisco, representing those Washington Redskins out in the round of 32, the divisional play, and that'll all happen on January 30th. So Goes has won $64,000. Now Techers has won $3,000. So that's the bit of a difference. You know, you have a guy that's played a lot of live events, won a lot of money, won a belt against Techers, who's trying to make a name for himself.
Trying to make his name himself, and it's going to be pretty easy to do if you can beat Goes. Now, of course, beating Goes isn't going to be the easy part, but everyone's going to remember your name if you can do so. You dethrone Goes on the winning streak he's on, and you are going to be a very popular man in this community.
Well, to be the champ, you got to beat the champ. And he's going to have an opportunity here. That's all you want if you're a Madden player. I just want the opportunity to take down somebody like Goes Madden. And I mentioned he'd won it last year. He won the whole thing, not only the Redskins Club Championship, that was at FedEx Field, but he also won the whole thing. Went on an incredible streak, beating problems. So the Redskins have some pedigree, so to speak. They've been the favorite over the last 2 years, and I assume both of these guys, either of them, can take down this final game between Goes and Techers. 20 minutes. Here they are. Goes on the left. He's looking confident. And locked in is Techers over there on the right. Both in the white uniforms here. You could have the choice between the red home unis or the white, and it seems like the road team ends up getting the win here. For Goes, he's on a 10-game winning streak. He won all 9 last year to win the whole thing. And then, of course, the semifinal win in semifinal number 1. So 10 straight for Goes. And on the other side, Techers is the first European player to play in a Madden Club Championship title game for the club at this level. So this is history being made right here. Either way, Goes is going to try to defend his belt, and Techers going to try to be the man, and they're going to decide it on the field.
What's even crazier about that Goes win streak, going back to that doesn't even count any of the actual group play from his brackets to qualify, where he was 6-0 in those as well.
They got their controller in the hand, so we're ready to go. It's the Redskins Club Championship final. And Techers will kick it off. Goes will get it first. He'll be in the white uniforms. Techers in the home red. And there's a big-time hit stick from Amos. And Techers will start at the 30-yard line. Audibles, depth charts all set. We don't got to wait on that, so here we go. Buckle up, folks. It's going to be a good one.
And if you're Techers here, you want to put any kind of points on the board for this first possession. Goes is a player that you do not want to have to play from behind against. He has a very high-powered offense, and you want to try to stay ahead of that by doing things exactly like that and sacking the quarterback.
Remember, we saw the game plan from Techers in that first drive when he played defense in the semifinal number 2. He kind of played a bend, don't break there, and it leads to an 8-yard loss on the sack by Kurtz as no one was open downfield. That's a coverage sack. 2nd and 18 from the 22.
Kurtz has been the best player for him all tournament. That's without a doubt.
Boy, that's too many yards. That's too easy right there out to the 37. Big gain of 15 there. We're going to have a 3rd and 3.
And just a couple of crossers followed up by a slightly slower in route there. Pulls those zones away and just frees up the space underneath.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a spy the rest of the game there in the middle of the field. And that's a high pass for the first down to Julio. That'll move the chains.
We saw a couple of those high pass curls in the semifinal game for Goes. Those both went into the end zone. This time he brings it out in the middle of the field.
Ball to 43-yard line.
Now, Goes is someone that likes to flip that formation around, make you get set in one defense, maybe give you a quick flip after that and just quick hike the ball just to keep you off balance.
Take a look at it again on this 1st and 10. It's a rocket.
Surprising to see him hold on to it. Great hit stick there. Amos misses the first one. Sean T comes in and cleans it up and hits the second one, though.
Here we go, 1st and 10 from the 42. Opening drive of the ball game. We already have nearly 2 minutes gone by. Steve Young getting out of the pocket. Rolling to the strong side. He'll throw it all the way across the field. And he'll overthrow Amari Cooper, who was wide open on the sideline.
Goes tries to click on to user catch that. The ball goes a little bit further upfield than what he had thought there. He cuts the route off just a tad bit early, and it becomes an overthrow.
Yeah, that's tough. Where it was totally off the screen, so he had no idea really where Cooper was in relation to where that ball was going to land. And it'll be a 2nd and 10.
You see again, goes there, flips that as close as he can to the end of that play clock, so Teckers doesn't have time to reset his defense.
And we're looking for the view of Teckers, and there goes Steve Young. If you don't have a spy out there, Goes is going to make you pay.
Yeah, he's had him on probably about half the plays here. First couple plays he didn't. That was the first time since then that he didn't have him on the field. Goes with great recognition.
Ball at the 28. Throws it and knocked away last minute. That was Ed Reed back there, all over Jerry Rice.
Played great in the secondary there. Goes has got the deep route specialist on that Amari Cooper. His young, no abilities, no gunslinger, no conductor. He's making just a single hot route on all these animations.
Oh boy. Maybe a few extra fake hikes in there. That's going to back him up 5 yards.
And what Goes is doing, it seems like on most of these are faux hot routes here. A lot of times he is just making the animation happen so he can flip the play on Teckers, or if he can run the ball on Teckers. He's just trying to keep him guessing.
Uses a timeout here. Didn't like what he had going on here on 2nd and 15. On the edge of field goal range, a 50-yarder from there.
Goes is another one of those players with the minimum cap 10 cap Bailey with only a 79 kick power.
3rd and 6 at the 24 now. Bunch to the right. Jones solo to the left. Spins and throws, and there is Amari Cooper. First down in the red zone at the 15.
Teckers done a pretty good job so far of keeping Hayden Hurst in line. You see he mans him up there so that way he can't abuse him in the flats. He saw quite a bit of that in that first semifinal from Goes. I like the adjustment so far from Teckers.
Steve Young. Wheel route, hello, and there's a truck stick. Get off me, it's a touchdown for Goes.
Did anybody get the license plate of the truck that just ran that man over? He may need to call his Geico spokesperson for that one. Just an absolute truck by Fournette. First to see the seams and just get wide open there. Ugh, you are not gonna tackle that man one-on-one.
So a promising opening drive ends up in points for Goes. And now it's Teckers' time. But remember, Teckers, I go back to it. He played pretty conservative in that opening drive defensively in semifinal number 2. I think as the game goes on, he starts to send a bit more pressure.
Yeah, it seems as if as time goes on, his feet get underneath him a little bit more. He gets a little bit more comfortable. Last game, it was just blitzing more and more. It started with 3, then went to a 4 and a 5-man rush eventually. We'll have to see if the same thing happens here against Goes.
Getting those audibles set up and going the first time he's touched the football. 2:09 remaining in the first. It's the first time he's going to touch it. And a 7-0 ball game.
Both of our competitors are going to be in the West Coast offensive book. Goes is out here in the Giants defense you'll see on his field. When Teckers is out there, it's the Ravens. Quite a bit of 3-4 over special to get that 4-down lineman down.
Boy, he sends everybody deep. See if he playmakers be here. He does. He goes right back to him, and that's going to be a first down.
Too much time in the pocket for somebody like Teckers. Took a lot of time off the clock in his semifinal matches just by passing the ball. Just seems comfortable back there. No kind of pressure whatsoever. Lets him read the field. Lets him playmaker a couple of receivers. Even without that chemistry and the slower reaction time to the playmaker, because there was no pressure, he's able to complete that pass.
I think this is his strategy right here. He's going to try to make the game as short as possible. Bend, don't break on defense. And matriculate down the field. Vick goes up top, though. Forget about that. Oh, it's a drop.
Clicks on there. That's one of the few times in Madden you can maybe let the AI make that catch for you. He felt that there wasn't enough room on the sideline, so he tried to get a possession catch there, and unfortunately it didn't work out for him.
Went to squeeze the ball, and it just popped out of the hands of Moss. That's a bit unlucky. in my opinion. That should have been a grab.
You don't see that too often from number 84.
If ever. 3rd and 3 now. Got to bounce back from that. Hanging his head just a little bit here on 3rd down. Maybe trying to look through the playbook.
What Techers is doing here, scrolling through there so much, he is trying to get the stamina back. You notice that yellow dot on the screen that shows that that player just isn't at full stamina. He's got a little bit of fatigue in him. Salary cap is good enough mode where the fatigue and the stamina is lower to where you can go through that.
That's going to be a pick. He had beat early, but made a bad read. And still on his feet.
If Gose can go up 14 points, Tecker showed us more ball control offense than he did explosive plays last game. This may be time for a huge stop for Teckers.
1st and 10, bunch to the left. And high throw there to Julio. Khalil Mack trying to get it out of there. It's a bad read. See, be open early. And there's no future in that.
Yeah, just waits a little too long. Too many defenders over there. Slight work for Gose. Can't do anything too easy there.
Might be the final play of the quarter. Goes, and that's an ugly throw. Could have been picked off there by Ronnie Lott. It was a comeback route that was thrown at the top of the route.
Yeah, he threw it before that route was able to cut out and make his play. Just a little bit of timing problems there between quarterback and receiver.
Fournette standing, scrambling, and big time hit from Khalil Mack.
Young is just fast enough to get away from that Bruce Irvin there, but Bruce made sure he felt his wrath with a great hit stick there. Gose is lucky to hold on to that one.
So 7-0 at the end of 1. This is the 2nd time Gose has had possession. This coming off the INT. Nothing like a night game at FedEx Field, I can tell you that.
The atmosphere there, superly incredible when you get to
There's a few people. They got a few people they put in the stadium.
The waiting list for season tickets for the Redskins organization, still years. About the only team with a higher one that I can think of off the top of my head, the Packers.
The Packers. Yeah, you gotta inherit those. 2nd and 4. Cooper bunch to the left, Rice to the right. Lambeau Field just a little smaller than FedEx Field.
A little worse conditions throughout some of the year as well.
I've seen a game up there too. It's phenomenal. And that's a high throw to Jerry Rice. Nice job by Steve Young not going over the line there. Sort of straightened out his body and made a quick pass for the 1st down.
Yeah, what Gose is trying to do there, he's trying to get as close to the top of that pocket as he can to make that spy act and just come towards the quarterback and just really just give off what he's going to do at all.
And that's what he's doing. You can see those two steps to the left of the pocket before he throws it. That makes the spy move over 2 steps. You'll see it right here. 2 steps, spy moves over 2, and you make the throw right to the right of him.
If Teckers is going to win this game, especially in this part of the field, he is going to have to come up with something to stop these curl routes.
And there's another high point to Julio. 1st and goal from the 4.
And about the only thing I didn't like about that, it looks like he had 2 curls that were pretty close to each other on that side of the field. You almost give the defense a chance to guard 2 players with only 1 of theirs. Let's see if he adjusts that or if he goes right back to it. The infamous near, far. You got to look for the inside here.
Yeah, 81. You know he's going to probably get – your best bet is can you hold 81 to 2 yards? And hope that you don't hit him at the 1 and he just falls in on you. He'll hand it off to the big running back, though. Boy, it looked like he was in. Going to be just shy of the goal line.
Gose looked just a little upset after this play. I think once he realizes the clock's his friend right now, he'll be okay with it. Right back to the near formation. Now you got to pay attention to 81 and 27. That was the first look we got of an actual halfback run out of this formation.
I think with them pinched down, you got to go back to 27 here. They're both bruisers. As long as Jerry Rice can hold his block, that's where he'll go. That's always the tell for me in that formation. If the line's pinched down, if they keep it wide, I'm handing it to 81 because I know he can take the nose. He can take the guy on the nose.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of those full house formations where you've got a chance to hand off to either those backs in that position or even a toss out of the backfield. And you see the motion there by Julio. Julio catches the crackback block, which doesn't allow that user defender to shoot the gap, and it's a touchdown for Goes.
Moss on the return. Almost spun his way out of that. And Techers is in a bit of a hole here. Down 14. Going to try to climb out of it on this drive. This is the second time he's had the football. First time he threw an interception, trying to throw a corner route into triple coverage. Vick. And Moss along the sideline didn't get that second foot in bounds.
Second time he's seen Moss just a half a second too late. 2 plays he's had now where he got just a single foot down or got both feet down and had to drop the ball because it's a little further outside. Just a quicker reaction there, and Techers would have 2 huge pickups.
This would be the part where we tell you to get Gunslinger.
Not only does it speed the throwing motion up, it gets the ball there just a little bit faster.
Yeah, it gets out of there. And there is Ocho Cinco to the 46. That'll be enough to move the chains.
Looks like
you need a touchdown before the half here. It's a must. Got to be a 1-score game here at the half. That's how powerful the offensive Goes is right now.
Goes is a hard competitor to beat if you have to play from behind.
When you're a god of Spall, anything can happen.
So much time. He's going to send neither of those spies. Finally sends one.
Oh, boy.
The second one almost made the play.
Boy. Oh, boy.
The second one was very close to making a play. It could have been 21-0. It could have been 21-0. It's almost if he didn't click onto him, he may have made a jump there.
He's just getting nothing. He has no check down. Everything is downfield.
He may benefit from putting one of those delay routes in the backfield, maybe a delay flat, a blue route even out of a Snugs formation perhaps.
You don't sleep on that route right there. Ocho Cinco in the red zone. Hey, a little swing route sometimes too can give you a little delay there as the halfback sort of flares out before he starts moving upfield.
That gives you time to make your decision before you just have to fire it out there.
But a 1st and 10 in the red zone. This is a big 92 seconds here for Techers. Got to get rid of it. Up the seam to Fournette, and a touchdown for the Englishman.
The exact same route that Goes scored with his Fournette. A simple little wheel out of the backfield, get just inside the hash, make one man fall over at the goal line. Fournette has got 2 catches on that route, 1 for each competitor, 14-7 now.
This is the kind of guy that could really be an ambassador for the game in Europe. He's already doing that by just showing up on the scene. There's a reason why a lot of those Madden pockets in the country are very popular, like Philadelphia, where it's just, all right, they just have they have a history of those guys being really good.
Something in the water.
Seattle's starting to become one of those places with Kiv and others up there. So.
Can never forget about the home team Redskins there. You got Drini, belt winner.
Joel, all kind of guys.
Even going further back, you got people like Money Marcus, who won a couple of Madden challenges back in that day. Another one of those areas.
No question about that. 1st and 10. And Julio gets stripped.
And Techers gets that ball right back.
This is everything. This is everything for that young man on the far side of your screen.
Each player with a turnover now. Techers is going to have a minute and some change to tie this game up.
1st and 10 here, just shy of midfield. Even 3 here is huge. 3 points. Got to get them, got to capitalize. Here comes the heat, and it's a big-time sack.
And he ID'd the correct player here. You see, he ID the blitzing corner from the right side. And then the user strip here. Ugh. Just love to see Techers get the ball back that way.
Goes sounding like joke there, going full Mortal Kombat. Come here. Get over here.
Little back B.
2nd and 22. Does have 3
He's got him beat.
timeouts
He's
here.
got him beat. He doesn't see it.
Throw it.
He threw it too late.
Way late, but he's still there. Oh, my.
Oh, he had that from the jump.
Amari Cooper was flying up that sideline. And I think he's thinking he wanted the touchdown. He's trying to hold it as long as he can because he wanted to rack that thing in for 6. But now you got a 3rd and 22. So promising after the user strip. This is what he needed to get back into the ball game. Got to capitalize, though.
Almost caught Goes slacking there. Almost got himself
There's
a free
another
5
hit,
yards.
another sack for Khalil Mack.
Great timeout by Goes there.
See him coming off the edge, left tackle. Forget about it. He's going to have to punt it away because it's your classic 4th and 33. Big time sky kick. Going to be the return here. And spins to the 40-yard line.
About 25 yards out of field goal range here for Goes.
No, check, Patriot. Detroit. Gun.
Barking out the orders here on 1st down.
Watching now, Barney.
Does have a timeout in his pocket, so he can work the middle of the field here. Young picks up the blitz, drops it off, and I think you'll see a timeout. Yes, you do, and it's its last with 20 seconds to go in the half. He knows 3 here is huge.
You'll see at the end of this play here, Techers was trying to catch lightning in a bottle twice here. Wanted another one of those user trip fumbles. He was pretty close to it.
You can't give up 3 on this drive if you're Techers.
Watching now, Barney.
Can't happen. Defense is everything right now. Young trying to extend the play, and he'll throw it out of bounds with 15 ticks left in the half.
Good job getting rid of the ball there. Realized he had no timeouts. Nothing opens up quick. Just get rid of the ball. One more chance at 3rd down here.
Needs 3 to move the chains. He's playing against that clock right now. He knows he's got 3 good plays left. If he can pick up a 1st down, he's going to have to get out of bounds. Might be able to hurry up and get 1 more play in if he gets tackled inbounds. Young can't get rid of it. That's what Techers needed. And there's no use to hustle back to the line. Goes knows the math. Can't get there. That was a big time sack.
Bosa comes through from the line first time today. First time we've heard his name called out, and it's a big time. Just a 7-point lead at halftime here, and Techers does get the ball back.
Here we go. This is the moment he's been waiting for, and he's got possession once again, just down 1 score. We've never had a European club champion. That's the obvious thing. Goes trying to repeat, trying to punch his ticket in San Francisco to be a part of the club championship where all 32 teams are competing for a prize pool of $700,000. He wants to repeat what he did last year, winning the whole thing. And he'll be sacked up.
Even keeping Shannon Sharp in the block does nothing to Curse besides hold him up a little bit longer. You see the tight end there, one-on-one, just going to do nothing.
Well, he's outmatched there no matter what. And when you bring that outside linebacker, that forces the right tackle to make that adjustment. And there's a nice wheel route. So that'll get a lot of it back. Now makes it 3rd and manageable.
Really good job by Techers understanding that he had that open a couple possessions ago and didn't throw it that early. This time he does throw it. Picks up a good chunk of yardage there.
Bunch to the right, Ocho Cinco solo to the left. He's got him right there for the 1st down, but makes a better read. He goes up to the next level, and somehow Amari Cooper still on his feet at the 35. Huge play.
Just one man away there from tying the game. He is locked in right now. Both of these competitors locked in.
Makes it a 3rd and 6 that he ended up getting this first down on. So back-to-back huge plays after this big sack. He's had 3 positive plays in a row, and he's down to 27.
Seems like he's got the wheels moving better here than he has the rest of the game.
Remember, it was a 2nd and long after that big-time sack. And 3 nice plays in a row that's got him in business. See the focus. Both these guys just 21 years old. Goes has won over $65,000 playing Madden. Tekker's trying to add to that in his first live event. It's going to be picked off. And he's got room here. He's got blocks. Michael Vick is kind of at least slows him up.
Plays that roadblock position there to allow Shannon Sharp to come in and get the tackle. But
Second pick of the game for Sean Taylor for Goes.
Just an absolute jump there by Sean T. And anyone who watches the Redskins saw that for the first 2 years of that man's career. Just an absolute playmaker on the field.
Steps up, and there's an overthrow as he's hit as he releases it.
First time this game where he has attempted to throw one of those curls and did not complete the pass.
Except for the red zone, Goes really doesn't run it. When you're talking about from the 20 to 20, he likes to sling it out of that West Coast playbook.
Yeah, you're looking at somebody with an 80 to 20 run to pass ratio here.
Yeah, Rice gets going in the right direction, maybe a gain of 4. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 6, and a big 3rd and 6. You stop him here, I would expect to see a punt. Just because you don't want to give Tekkers any sort of room to be able to have a one-play strike. Young, and that will be the first down from Hurst.
Hurst has been his go-to this entire tournament so far. 2 touchdowns in his semifinal game and a huge pickup on 3rd and 6 there to keep the ball moving, keep the clock going, and keep him rolling.
We got to get some custom hair on Hurst. Still got that creative player kind of mullet coming out the back. That's got to do him some justice.
Default 3.
1st and 10. There 2.5 to go in the 3rd. Young steps up on the wheel, and there's Fournette down to the 35. Boy, he's rolling right now.
Second time this game he was able to hit that route to Fournette. The first time it led to a touchdown. This time it's a pickup of over 20 and a first down, and Goes looking like he's going to go a little clock control offense here.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tekker's running a ton of man defense here. And times you just forget about the running back. You can see it right now. I mean, you got a little bit of man in there mixed with the zone, a little cross man action, but no one's got Fournette. And when you got that hook, I mean, you can take a halfback up the seam all day long.
If that's what he wants to give you, that's what he's going to take. Goes has been in this seat a long time. He hasn't forced anything so far this game except for a single miscue on a overthrow, I believe it was. Other than that, Goes has been pretty consistent this game.
2nd and 9. He's creeping into field goal range. Now he's definitely in it. And that 3 is everything. I think I heard him say, hold on to that ball.
You wonder if Tekkers is going to realize that this defense he's been in, which he's basically made the same adjustments almost every play against Goes here. You wonder if he's going to mix it up, maybe try to send pressure from the opposite side that he usually has, or just do something to knock Goes at a field goal range here.
Been pretty prolific with the pass. This is a delay to Fournette. And he might be trying to work this thing into the 4th quarter. Already knows, like, hey, I'm in range here to make this a 2-score game. I know I got to get the clock in my favor. There's no reason to snap this before 30.
If he wants, he can make this the last play of the 3rd quarter.
No reason to snap this before that game clock goes below 30. And he will flip it one more time. Young going to the air. Quick throw. There's that wheel route again. And I'm telling you, he's so worried about the crossing route from the other side that the wheel is all the way open.
Well, what it looked like he tried to do here was bait that little hitch. Tried to hide behind a spy to bait the hitch throw. Goes a little too seasoned for that.
At some point, he's going to have to get his user out on that wheel. The times that he's done that, though, Goes just takes 2 steps to the left and throws it back to the right to that little hitch.
And it seems like Goes may even be complacent, just taking off of the Young and picking up 2 or 3 yards.
He's done it a lot of different ways. It's been a tight contest. Still just a 1-score game as we start the 4th quarter. We're 5 minutes away from finding out who's going to be the Redskins champ. And they hand it off once again to Leonard Fournette. And he rumbles down to the 5.
Just the 5th rush of the game for Fournette. Goes is very, very pass heavy in his offense. And when you've got a bunch as good as his, there's no reason not to be.
There you see him lining up.
Looked like he had a helmet over the top of Fournette there, so maybe time to hand the ball to Hurst.
Let's see what move he makes here.
Not this time, though.
And he will go to 27. I think some of that's ball control. Wants to take care of the football right now. And here comes another 30 seconds off the clock.
Best case scenario for Goes here, of course, is a touchdown. In his mind, worst case scenario would be taking 3, going up 2 possessions, and having about 3.5 minutes left in the game.
That's the scenario we see right here. Can't get greedy. Doesn't matter if you win by 1 or 21. And he'll go to the air. Looking to maybe run with Young, and oh boy, just masterful from Goes. And he knows how big that is. He could taste the championship.
Amari Cooper with a high pass in the back of the end zone off one of those deep route specialist inside posts. 21-7 Goes, and he's that much closer to being a 2-time champion.
But once again, 2 steps out of the pocket to the right. That makes the spy move. And Amari Cooper with plenty of space in the back of the end zone. We might have a return here. Moss is on his horse. The 40, the 30, 20, 10. We still got a ball game.
That is exactly what the doctor ordered from Techers. Big time kick return. Taking the 1, make it a 7-point game here. Goes doesn't look like he's even going to attempt to block this one.
Well, Goes said that's fine, but that's the meme of the guy sitting with fire all around him saying, this is fine.
I'm good.
Look at it again. It's just a big-time block here from Sharp, and he's gone.
Yeah, nothing special there. No jukes, no stutter steps. Just a gap right up the middle, and he'll take that hole every time.
So Goes is going to have it with 3:40 to go. Tecker still has all 3 timeouts. So Goes is not out of the woods yet. 21-14. We're 3:40 away to find out who's going to represent the Washington Redskins out in San Francisco next week. It all gets started January 30th in that $700,000 prize pool. Of course, the winner today takes home $5,000, and it's a pick. He threw it right to Ed Reed, and he's got a convoy. Gets 1 block, makes a man miss. He's down to the 26. I told you to buckle up. It's gonna be a ball game.
Overthrow from Goes there. User pick from Techers. He got a kick return. He almost had a pick 6. He is in a great position right now. All the momentum is on his side.
Vic now. Scrambling to the outside.
Goes was not worried about the playmaker there at all. He just ran away from the wide receiver. He knew exactly what Techers wanted there was a scramble. He did not even look at that wide receiver once he seen him leave that pocket.
Bunch to the left. 3:22 to go. There's B on a drag route, but looks downfield. And that'll haul it in at the 11-yard line. Another catch for Randy Moss. He's been masterful for Goes, but that's the first grab for Randy for Techers. Rolls out and throws it away, and what a great job by Goes sending that spy.
Really good defense there. Timed that click in on the right stick just perfectly, so that way he would loop around the edge because Vic had left the pocket.
So 2nd and 10 at the 11. There's B open again, and he tries to throw the high pass.
An overthrow to Moss there.
I'm telling you, that drag route is open. If he can make a grab and make a man miss, he might get 6.
It's about 2 or 3 plays in a row now that he's had that nude underneath.
That's Amari Cooper. I mean, Cooper can make plays. He's not going to be there this time. And now you got a decision to make. I'm not sure I don't kick the field goal here. I think I do. I'm not 100% sure. I would kick the field goal right here.
You kick the field goal, gives you a chance to hold Goes to 3. You have all 3 of your timeouts. You then only need a touchdown again. If you don't take your 3 there and you give up 3, it's a 2-possession game, and you can kiss your chance at that belt goodbye.
And they can't chase the points yet. 4-point game. Couple turnovers and a big kickoff return has gotten Techers back into it. And Goes will start at the 32-yard line.
You notice there, as soon as Goes caught that ball, he was on that RB button. He was on that cover-up mechanic. He wanted to make sure he did not see a third absolute momentum swing going against him there.
Nice throw on the wheel route and gets down at the 45-yard line. Techers actually 4 months older than Goes. But as far as competitive Madden goes at the live MCS level, it's hard to question the resume of Goes, and he's been here time and time again. There's another delay. This time he's got room. He's got a lot of it to the outside, and Adams will tackle him at the 26.
What looked like it was going to keep up the middle, he bounced it out. Way to make him miss, too. Should take us to the 2-minute warning.
Now you got to decide when you're going to start using those timeouts, because Goes can still pick up 2 more first downs. You almost need Goes to get down here to the 5-yard line on this next play.
And then you start
using the 9-yard line if
you
want to better your chances.
It's one of those positions, if you give up a flat route and you don't think you're going to hit him in time, just let him pick up the first down anyway.
And they'll hand it off. And Mack get carried for 4 yards on the back of Leonard Fournette. They count it with 5. And we got a discussion with the admins, and they say it's good to go. And Techers is going to use a timeout here. I wasn't sure if that's the timeout he wanted to use.
It looked as if maybe he didn't know which was the quick button to call that timeout, so he went to the pause menu to call the timeout.
I'm not sure how they do it across the pond, but it's still the same. It's the timeout. Swings it to the outside. You need a big hit here. Oh, boy. And it's a fumble.
Oh, he got hit stick twice on the same play. Tried to get too cute and burn more time off the clock. And when you put your hand on the stove twice, that's usually what happens.
Look at it again. Spins away, loses yards, then comes back, and Derwin James hits him again.
Wow.
All right, Techers, this is your moment. 1:44, 2 timeouts. He's had some strips, he's had some fumbles, some INTs. He stood up for himself for sure. Vic, time in the pocket, and here comes the sack. He's got to go 91 yards now.
He's going to need 6. Field position means nothing to him. There's no yard marker you need to get. You need to get past that big white line that says Redskins.
Vic standing in there. Amari will get to the 17. 3rd and 14. flip the script here. Just over a minute to play. This could be his final 2 plays of the game.
Looks like Goes is on aggressive here.
And what a find to Randy Moss. That's a new set of downs out at the 35. Got to get going.
Goes only sends 3 there because he's on aggressive. He wasn't worried, 4 actually, because he wasn't worried about trying to generate too much actual pressure. He was hoping he'd get some block sheds, and Moss just finds a soft spot there.
Cooper solo to the right here on 1st and 10. We're under 40 seconds to play now, and Cooper's got some room. Out at midfield, they'll mark him down just shy at the 49.
I like the pause timeout technique. I'm a fan. Whatever keeps you comfortable.
He might be playing with either the PlayStation adapter or the Xbox controller for the first time. I've been there, man. It's a mental pretzel. When you're on the line and you're not used to it, man.
Just do what you know, and that's that pause menu right there.
I'm okay with it. There's another throw. Can he make a man miss? No, what a tackle there by Sean Taylor, the legend. 23 seconds now. You got to hustle up, young man.
He's got time for no hot routes at the line, that's for sure.
B again. He's going up top for the touchdown. And it can't come down with it. It would have been an interception.
The Washington Redskin rookie Apke was just 1 foot away from sealing a back-to-back belt for Goes. 10 seconds.
You still got 1 timeout here, so I don't think you got to go for the gusto. You're going to have 2 plays no matter what. You can still work the middle of the field here. And he'll throw it into coverage, and it's picked off. GG's, Goes is going to win it.
Ed Reed with the interception, and that is going to make Goes your reigning, defending, and undisputed Washington Redskins champion.
Gets it done.
The best formation in football for Goes there. Jared Goff takes a knee, and that was a game for the ages.
I got to give a tip of the cap here to Techers, who made the long trip from England and had the defending club champion on the ropes. He had so many chances to win it, but you got to give some props to Goes right there. He got it done. You can see the sportsmanship, the camaraderie, no matter where you live. There is your Madden 19 Washington Redskins club champion Goes.
This is a very familiar moment as we present you the new 2019 Redskins Club Champion. Now, we know you felt this victory before, but take us through that last drive. When you fumbled and then had to get that stop, what were you thinking?
I was just, initially I was like, oh my God, are they going to do it to me? And I was like, nah, let me focus. I need to win this game. Put my emotions to the side, and I knew I needed to clutch up, and I called a couple good plays on defense right there, got a pick, and got the win.
Now, he's our first foreigner who has gotten this far. And what was it like playing him? And is he really as tough as everybody else thinks he is?
He's very good. He's very good. He's one of the best I've played this year. He's very solid. He'll be back. I wouldn't be shocked if he makes a run in D.C. or the final chance in Ultimate League.
Now, last year, you won the Redskins Club Championship. Then you got out there and you did your thing and you brought the whole belt home. What's your mind frame like now going into it, trying to repeat?
I know what's at stake. I lost early in Vegas. I need a good showing. I'm going to take it 1 game at a time, and I'm going to try to repeat, but 1 game at a time for me.
All right, well, the last game you played came out for you. Congratulations. I'm going to let you enjoy this moment. We're going to send it back up to Scott and Big Grocery with our 2019 Redskins Club Champion.
Yeah, there he is, Goes. He's done it once again. And, of course, just to clarify for those in the D.C. area, when you refer to D.C., that's Draft Champions, now called Mutt Draft. And that's what will happen in the Madden Challenge. But that's down the road. That's in March. Right now we're focused on January 30th. That's where you're going to see the Washington Redskins club champion Goes. He's going to be moving on for the 2nd year in a row.
If you talk about targets being on someone's back, you have got to absolutely look at Goes now. That is the 12th in a row that he has won for the Washington Redskins.
Well, he's done it. You can see right there. There's his road. He beat Skins. He beat Techers. And he's done it once again, back-to-back Washington Redskins club champion. He won it all last year, so for him to repeat, he's got a long way to go. He's got about 5 or 6 more straight wins. You can ask anybody. You can ask Kiv, who was the overall champion last year. I mean, this is the toughest tournament because it's single elimination. You're going to win 9 games in a row. Doesn't include the online to get this thing done. It's absolutely bonkers.
It's a journey, and a lot of people don't understand how big of a journey it is. Congratulations to Goes. Even bigger congratulations to Techers. That's a huge showing to come up and really put an entire country on your back. Every one of the competitors there, being a Redskins fan, feels good. I know Goes is going to go home and feel very good to be able to defend that belt.
Well, let's take a look at the highlights here in the final, where it goes as a 21-17, and the score was much closer than that.
That's right. And both those players scored off a wheel route to Fournette, as you've seen Techers there. That was the user strip for the fumble. I'm sure we'll also see the big hit on the fumble. And Techers' defense, which I didn't hear tons about. When I hear Techers and people told me about Techers, it was more so about the offense. But he proved he's a true two-way player in his showing today.
Well, so many turnovers, a lot of different ways. This was huge. With less than 4 minutes to go, Randy Moss got on his horse. But when all was said and done, it just could not get that last-minute touchdown to put himself in the lead. And this was bonkers right here.
This place erupted when this fumble came out. This place went absolutely crazy, and everyone, including Goes, it sounded like, thought that may be it.
Well, sometimes the wheels can come off the wagon, but he said he refocused, came up with a big INT there to seal the deal. And, hey, when you get to this level, you know, when you move from the 128 to the top 64, and you're on that round of 64, every game is tough. Goes knows it all too well. He's not promising a repeat, but he's surely going to go to San Francisco next week and really represent the Redskins.
He won't say he's there for a repeat, but he's there for a repeat. He truly does take things one game at a time. He's done a great job of representing the Redskins so far. Hail.
Hey, when you're a Madden player, you're also the coach. So I'm okay with coach speak. One game at a time, one play at a time. We're going to have a ton of games starting on January 30th out in San Francisco. You can see all the formats and platforms you can watch it on, from Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, Facebook. And we'll be starting every day at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's the Madden 19 Club Championship. That'll be coming to you live, yes, live from San Francisco at the EA headquarters. Our first time out there, so I'm super excited to have a new home for Madden football. For Big Grocery, Rico down here, the whole crew here in Las Vegas, who have been absolutely spectacular. We will see you guys next week in San Francisco.
Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
Ronnie, how happy are folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico? I'd say happier than a camel on Wednesday.
Hump day!
Get happy. Yeah! Get Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Fires Chris Thompson, left side 5 to the pylon. Touchdown!